This is a topic that, just a minute, that is, she's in the middle of a battle, folks. I'm always in the middle of a battle. This is a topic that I think I'll have a lot to say about, especially when I'm feeling better. But I want to put it out there for those that are watching now, because if you can learn to do this, it can absolutely change everything. So, you all know that secret place the Bible talks about. Well, there's a way to find it. I mean, God has protections. I'm talking on a larger level, a daily life level. So, it's so simple. And yet it takes some practice. But once it clicks into place, oh, does life get easier. So it's not secret. But I think I can simplify it. If you can constantly remind and convince yourself that everything on earth is as it should be. Everything. That means where you're at right now. That means where your family's at in their life. That means the state of the world, politics, everything. Well, oh, he's getting weird now. I'm gearing up for something big, folks. The minute you accept that God knows better than you, that He wrote everything, and that everything works for good, even when it looks awful. If you can reach this place, nothing, and I mean nothing, can ruffle your feathers. So when people first hear this concept, they think it means that if someone accepted everything as it was, exactly as it is, that they'll somehow stop trying to change things. That doesn't happen. What actually happens is that they somehow become empowered to actually change them. You cannot see clearly ever from the smallest level to the largest level. You cannot see clearly if you are thinking anything should be different than it is. So she's trying to think of an example. Give her a second. I don't even remember what I'm talking about. Oh, everything perfect. So I'm trying to think of something that would be hard for you to accept as perfect. He keeps reminding me, no, not that one. So, now he's not letting me think. He just stops my brain in its tracks. And then I just got to wait to see what he's going to come up with and say. And we know how wild he can get. I'm trying to keep it on the down low. If you all knew just how far I'd like to take this, ho ho ho. Oh, Lord. You know what? I just want you to try it. Doesn't matter what the topic is. Next time you get mad, think to yourself, ooh, I was told that I'd pretty much, well, be fully protected from everything if I just accepted that everything is perfect. Someone's yelling at me? They're supposed to be yelling at me. Now, here's my cat meowing. He said, obviously, if someone's in need, okay, you're just going to have to practice. Some things you have to care about, like feeding animals, taking care of children, going to work in the morning. But if you say, I am supposed to be in this job right now because I am, it feels so different from saying, I shouldn't be in this job. Oh, I should be doing something else. And I'm stuck here because of money and blah, 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 blah. Or you say, oh, I woke up today and I'm in this job. If I want to be somewhere else, then eventually I may or may not. But if I'm sitting there thinking that everything's perfect as it is, it's like a miracle drug. It's astounding. So I was thinking earlier that, like, as a good person, and clearly, as we can see by examples, massive examples, something about being a Christian or being a good person sometimes gets people riled up into thinking that everything's wrong. So we have these Eastern cultures that have a sense of acceptance about the world. And we have some cultures that are very dependent on God, so they're not thinking they need to worry about everything. But something about the Western mindset specifically, because we've always been told if we just work hard enough, we've been told since we were little that somehow our destiny is completely in our hands. It is not. It never has been. It's in my hands. To be honest, there's a lot of people around the world not living anything as comfortably as you in the West are living. Somehow they're happier. Even if we don't account for Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's something about thinking you have all the power that just really, 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 really causes some tension in the soul. So I knew probably a couple decades ago that our perception of death had gotten twisted because we have such good medical care. It seems like if you just look hard enough, if you just find the right doctor, if you just try enough things, things will be different. And then you go out and try and find those things, and of course they don't work. And you feel like a failure. I'm starting to get the viewers that were sent here. And I just want you precious souls to just every once in a while remind yourself when you get irritable that everything, and I mean everything, is perfect. I had this phrase I used in my classroom a lot, but it's one of the secrets to being able to handle this concept of everything's perfect. And that is that you take care of you. You take care of you and let God take care of everyone else. Try it. You fully take responsibility for you. Everything's been perfect in your past. You haven't messed anything up. You've lived your life. You've lived out the story I wrote for you so far. But see, once you start to understand that everything's perfect, you still live the same story. Well, kind of. It's complicated how the writing can change tracks when someone really works on themselves. You don't need counseling every week. Some of you need those medications you're on, but some of you don't. You really just need to worry about yourself and let God take care of every other thing on earth. We'll be making much better videos in the future, but I like to see what people do with new information and watch them grow. Amen.